Braintree Public Schools, their proposal of how to change the salary scale for the BEA. And all right, let's begin. Let's say, let me just, there we go. So there is a salary scale option, and the purpose of this video is to solicit feedback from everyone. And remember, this is just one option. There are other options. Nothing, no matter how much we like this or dislike it, would happen without a vote. So we can always just keep the status quo. So there's no reason to be alarmed for good or for bad. This is our current salary scale for bachelor's, master's, master's plus 30, plus 45, 60. As you can see, across 11 steps. And what I'm about to show you has nothing to do with column transfers or a across-the-board raise. We're going to get to that later. So we've identified a problem. Now what I've done here is I've taken the across all the columns of education. I've basically averaged the percentage raise you get when you're on a step, percentage raise you're going to get when you go to the next step. And as you can see, we start off at 7%, and it goes all the way down to 4.58. And then when you're on the final step, the next year you'll get a 0%. Now that is kind of inequitable. Between step 1 and step 10, that's a 3% difference. I mean, it's a big difference of a raise. And if you compare step 1 to step 11, you get 0% raise on that once you're on that step. So that's a huge 7-point percentage raise difference. So how many members does this impact? 524 members. That's how many that are in Unit A. How many does it impact negatively? Well, we have 269 members on step 11. That's, the rest of their careers will not get a step raise. So that's 51% of our members. So this is a big deal. Over the life of this contract, we have step 9 and 10 joining us at the top of the scale. That is 63% of Unit A members. So this does impact people. So what is the option to fix this imbalance? Well, first part of it is to add steps at the top of the scale. So step 11 is no longer the top. Now, we don't know exactly what those steps will be, but there'll be actual steps. Now, to pay for that cost, because there's a lot of people getting a lot more steps, the town has proposed that they add half steps in between the steps that already exist. The way this would look is this. So you have your steps here. So again, the money would most likely be halfway between the previous 2 steps that exist, hence half steps. So this proposal would end up with a salary scale of about 20 steps high. That's about 3 new ones, and then about 7 in between the ones we already had. So again, our current system has percentages that favor younger teachers. And the proposed system would even that out. With the half steps and the extra steps here, they would all be almost equal. So the benefits of this and the costs. Likely alternative, if we vote this down, would be just to keep the status quo. So what is your feedback? And so at this point, you can email whoever you got, blah, 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 and that will be that.